great honor to speak here today. I've been thinking and sort of wanted to do this for a long time, sort of scared to do this for a long time. You heard I'm a Gondik Bulldog from way back in the day, 1987, I graduated. There you go. Former Jamie Beckstrand, now Jamie Hamness, we were in class together. It was spectacular, and I got Steve Soline there too, whose son just joined the Army. He just got through basic training and is going to be a combat medic in the Army. So us two, we were proud Bulldogs. I was pretty lucky. I got to sit next to Jamie in the band. I was a trombone player and she was French horn, so I was a very lucky young man at the time. So, sort of where do you go? Where do you start talking about on today? I guess I wanted to talk a little bit about what happened 100 years ago. And I want a little interaction from you guys too. You guys know what happened 100 years ago yesterday? You guys talk about that? Anyone know?
Yeah.
What do you know? It was the end of World War I. You're correct. Okay, so do we have any World War I veterans here today? I don't think so. Okay? We have a lot. And when I was probably 1985, 1986, when I was in the band and I was in the choir and I played football with Steve and basketball around here, we did have World War I veterans here as part of this ceremony, just like you guys are seeing here today. And I got to sing for one once. We had a program in Gondik. Remember this vividly. I could sing you the song. I don't think anyone wants me singing a song for you today. I want to hear a song. Okay, this song was from World War I. It was a little before America got involved in World War I. And it was sort of to promote, hey, we're going to go over to France and we're going to fight in this war for freedom and to stop evil. And this young man, at the time, here's the song, okay, it was good. Goodbye, Ma, goodbye, Pa, goodbye, mule with your old hee-haw. I may not know what the war's about, but you bet by gosh I'll soon find out. And oh my sweetheart, don't you fear, I'll bring you a king for a souvenir. I'll get you a Turk and a Kaiser too, and that's about all one fella can do. Right? At the same time, and I don't remember his name. Does anyone remember his name? I don't remember who that veteran was. But as a man, he was probably about 90 years old at the time. And he was wearing his World War I doughboy uniform. And I remember talking to him afterwards, and while I sang that song, he sort of showed off his uniform up on the stage there in the gym in Gondik. And I asked him a little bit about his uniform and wow, and I remember he had this big bayonet on the side of his leg, about that long. I'm sure he put it on the end of his rifle, and I don't know if he had to use it. Didn't really want to ask him that question. Then I asked him as well, hey, what's that little metal canister on your hip on the other side? And he pulled it out. He says, oh, this is my gas mask, and he pulled it out, and there's this sort of rubber gas mask that he had, that he wore. And I said, so did you have to use that over there? He said, yeah, you didn't really know when it was going to be used or not. You didn't know when the gas was coming, so you ended up wearing it a lot because you were sort of scared of, was there going to be gas used in artillery? But it was also scary having it on because you're so claustrophobic and you couldn't see out of the little holes very well. Can you imagine how horrible that would have been? It's a lot different than the song that, hey, we're going to go fight evil. But then you have to go over there. This is a young man who probably hadn't even seen many cars, no airplanes, hops on a boat probably for the first time. And next thing you know, he's in France in some muddy trench, waiting for the Germans to come or going at the Germans and worried about chemical weapons. And thousands and thousands, about 100,000 Americans died in World War I. About half of them from disease. The flu pandemic of 1918, that killed about a third of the human race. And then the war itself, that many thousand people killed in a year. And they were shooting each other up to the very last minute of November 11th, 1918, at the 11th hour. That's when the armistice and World War I ended. So there's been a lot of wars still since then. That was the war to end all wars, and it didn't last. We have World War II vets out over here, correct? How many World War II vets do we have here today? Any? I think we do. We have probably a lot of Vietnam vets, right? Go ahead and raise your hands, please. The Korea War, from the Korean War, and that war is still going on, right? Cold War, right? We had people, and that's where I started in, was the Cold War. We were worried about the Soviet Union changing our way of life. And on we've had Yugoslavia, Kosovo, Bosnia. I participated in the war on drugs, right? I spent a lot of time patrolling down in the Caribbean in a patrol aircraft. Any Coast Guard members here? Any Coast Guard members? They serve in the nation's military as well, in time of war and a lot of time in peace, patrolling, keeping our borders safe, and helping people at sea. And now we have the war on terror. People fighting in the Philippines, Somalia, Afghanistan, Iraq. We've had skirmishes with Iran, Lebanon. We had people in Lebanon, a terrible bombing in the barracks in Lebanon that we had. We helped people down in Grenada. We had an invasion in Grenada to make sure stability was down there in the 80s. It goes on and on. So why would you join the military? What would you think? Go ahead, why would you join? To serve your country. I made a list. When I was recruiting, I would ask people that when they wanted to join the Navy. Why do you want to join the Navy? And I think the mindset here and what you see, I see these cards. You know the real reason why you joined the military is to serve your country. I sort of joined for the wrong reason. I wanted to fly. And that's what a lot of people say. I want to learn a skill. I want to see the world. I want some adventure. Maybe it's a family tradition. Maybe there's the benefits. I want to go get a GI Bill. I want to fight evil. I want a cool uniform. Some people do it on a dare. I bet a lot of people over here were drafted, right? They didn't get a choice on whether they were going to join the military. Some people just want to move on and do something else with their life, and that's what they do. But I'm really glad you said that, serve your country, because all of those reasons we have, there's only one that we stand up and raise our right hand for. And everyone here that served said these words: I solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And that's what we're truly fighting for. That's why we're in the military, in war and in peace, is to ensure that the freedoms enshrined in our Constitution are protected, right? The right for free speech, the freedom to choose your religion and practice your religion, the freedom to vote, the freedom to bear arms, the freedom for a fair trial, all of that. That's what we're here to defend when we wear the nation's cloth, okay? So for the kids, I'm going to ask you some things, and I had 3 things I wanted to ask you to do, okay? And the first was, I was like, just giving a veteran a thank you. And I think it's hard for us, it's hard for me sometimes to accept a thank you. Like someone sees that I have a military ID, thank you for your service. I feel, I'm happy to do it. I don't know if I need a thank you, but I think it is important. I have to learn to say just thank you back. It's great, And who made this one? To send out letters on the road, to send a thank you or something like that out to troops away. You spend a lot of time away from your family when you're in the military. I don't know how many years I spent away from my family, You know, I missed my first son's graduation because I was preparing for deployment, and I was down in San Diego. I'd luckily gotten off a ship as well, so I was on shore at the time, so I could watch his graduation on the computer. But on and on it goes. All service members, they miss time with their families. It's a great sacrifice to be out there, let alone the ones that are in terrible conflicts that come back, you know, injured, both mentally and physically. That's the huge sacrifice they give. The least we could do is say thank you. So I appreciate what you guys do as kids, and please continue that, and I'll do my part to just say thank you back, because now you know why we do this and how much it costs. The other thing I want you to do is one of the biggest things we do is your ability to vote. A lot of you can't vote yet, okay? But you all will get to vote when you're 18. And I want those in the 16 to 17, 18 year mark, you know, you're gonna have another chance to vote here in 2 years. So I ask you all to vote. But when you do it, I want you guys to learn about issues. I want you to learn about the world. I want you to make an informed vote, because your vote really does matter. And that is what should direct where we go as a nation, is your vote. And finally, I want to say, thank you for the respect for the flag, okay? When the color guard comes in with the flag, you saw Mr. Sundquist here, how he salutes the flag. This flag means a lot to the people in uniform. From the first day that we're in the military till the last day we're in the military, and more importantly, what it represents, the sacrifice of service members that have died in service. This flag means a lot. That's at their funeral. It is a huge part of our life in the military. We wear it on our uniform everywhere we go. So I ask that when you see the flag, it's at a parade or the national anthem's being played at a basketball or football game, you take a moment, you stop, you take your hat off, and you just reflect on what the service members have done to protect your freedom, protect your ability, all your rights, and your ability of your way of life to have fun and be at a volleyball game or a football game or something. Okay, you have a question? No? I'd be happy for questions, but that's about it. That's all I have, I think. I don't want to take any more of your time. I really appreciate the chance to talk here today. God bless you all. Thank you.